Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sales Chatter while I was being muted. This is the podcast where we try to help 10,000 reps hit a million GP. I'm your co host, Ryan Mohammed. On Fridays, I'm known as the Logistics Monk. With me is my man, the Bodacious Cowboy, President and CEO of RGTX Logistics Solutions, Jeff Dickinson. How you doing this morning, my friend?
Good, my man. Friday is here finally. What a week, unbelievable. It was just the Super Bowl last week, and here we are on Friday. So with that said, let's saddle up and go for a ride with the Bodacious Cowboy on Funday Friday. Let's go.
Welcome to the HPLS podcast. Live, relevant, and high performance information, conversations, and education weekly.
I like that. Saddle up with the Bodacious Cowboy. I like that a lot. That's awesome. I want to say good morning to Kat. So happy to see you here again this morning. My main man, Matt. Good morning, brother. Great guy. Like I said, great carrier. Reach out to him. If Winnipeg, Manitoba. He's got some great converse. He has some great options, and he's one of those carriers who are ethical and they keep it going, just like Daman. Those are the people we want in the show. Those are the people. Yeah, no, we should do a little clap there. So. Fridays, for if you're new here, Fridays, Monday to Thursday, we go pretty strong into logistics. Friday, we put up our feet, especially this being a long weekend in Canada. It's actually going to be family day on Monday. I'll still be here on Monday because we got a big season 2 that we'll get to at the end of the show. But, Jeff, let's have some fun. So, I just randomly had this. When was the last time you ate some Oreos?
Oh, 2 days ago.
Really, I just had Oreos for the first time, and I was like, you know what? I haven't had this in 6 months, and oh my god, I need to. Anybody in the audience, let us know what are you an original Oreo guy, Jeff, or you like the fancy?
You know what? This will blow your mind. I know the guy who created the machine that made the Oreo cookie for Nabisco, and my friend is married to his granddaughter. I mean, yeah.
So you have unlimited cookies? Please tell me.
Yeah, think about how many Oreo cookies his machine made. Just think about that for a second.
Yeah,
it's mind-blowing. I had an Oreo cookie my daughter gave me. She goes, "Dad, you gotta try this stuff." And it was literally this thick, and it had more filling than ever. But it was more like, you ever gone to Dairy Queen and get that Oreo ice cream? And it's grayish with the chips in it. Well, that's what this was, and I never had it before. And it was usually you get 5, 10, 15, 20 Oreos in a pack, right? Yep. There were probably 10 of them in there because they were double filled, the filling.
Oh, double stuffed. You're a double stuffed man.
It was like biting into a Big Mac, man. I'm like, it's unbelievable. Good stuff though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I said, I haven't had Oreos for it's been at least 6 months because I'm a savory kind of person. You put nachos or you put chips or popcorn in front of me, I'll demolish that. But you put sweets like cakes and cookies and all that stuff, that's more of my wife's kind of vibe. But yeah, I had some Oreos today.
Wait a second. Big question here. Do you dip your Oreo cookies in milk?
Does a bear shit in the woods?
No.
All the time. I'm a milk guy. But it's funny because maybe it's a little bit controversial, but it is what it is. I'm not a fan of the alternative milks, like almond milk and oat milk and stuff like that. I'm a 2%. Fairlife is the company that we use here. I love milk, man. I try to get some milk.
No way, man. No 2%. None of that lean shit.
Whole milk? No, I'm not a whole milk guy, man. I haven't worked towards that yet. Jeff, so we're talking about cookies here. We're having a little bit of fun here on everything that's kind of going on.
Hey,
let's talk a little bit about.
Here's something that's interesting, right? The Bodacious Cowboy, because I've been around horses and animals for a long time, right? Have you ever had fresh cow milk or goat milk? I mean, fresh.
No, I don't want that.
Oh man, I had one. I had one. It's thick, it's like cream, you would put into your coffee and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be a cowboy or a cowgirl, I can tell you, people that are in the audience out there, man, if you were a cowboy or a cowgirl, man, let's something you have to do, man. You have to do. And yeah, I did. Yep.
So what you're saying is that we're gonna have the branded bodacious, the
No way, man.
bodacious milk, the
No, no,
bodacious milk, coming to you, coming to stores near
hey,
you.
everybody, new product. Try out the Bodacious Cowboy hot milk. No way. Oh, man.
You just never know, man. Somebody else might be in the crowd and things like that. But Jeff, I know we kick back up and we'll get into some fun questions and as we're kind of having fun here. But I am so excited for what we have in store for everybody. Just give everybody who's watching as a little bit of a promo what to expect. I know next week we're really, really kicking it off with a bang. So I'd love for you to go over that, brother.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I was fortunate enough to have some really good contacts that I've made over the years, and we've got some great guests for next week to start season 2 of empowering women into logistics. It's something that you don't want to miss. We're going to go way back to Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, where women had, a huge part of that, and the reason why it was created. And I'll tell you what, we're gonna talk about where we were, where we are now, where we need to be, and how the heck are we going to get there? Because we're still behind compared to where men are and where women are, and what can we do to bring that level of appreciation and promotion to women in the workforce, especially in logistics right now. It's something that needs to be discussed, and it's been going on for years. It's not something that happened overnight. It's been out there. So I'm happy to say that we have that opportunity to talk to many different people on the recruiting side to get their input of what they're seeing talent-wise, the problems out there in the industry. What are they doing? How are they helping these women get prepared for their interviews? All different kinds of stuff. So you do not want to miss it. It's going to be a great week to start off the 4-part, because we have the recruiting side, we have the broker side, we have the carrier side, and also the shipper side. So 4 weeks of awesomeness. That's all I can say. You do not want to miss it.
You definitely don't want to miss it, and it's something that I'm looking forward to being a student of it, right? As even though I'm the co-host on here, I'm looking forward to hear that side of it, because we see it quite a bit in our industry here. So the one thing for next week, we do have guests like Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we're jam-packed all week. And the one thing that we can announce with everybody here is that we have a full schedule. So that is amazing. Everybody's been locked in. So if you do have questions, like, shoot us a message, let us know. We'll ask these on air, and anything that you want to know, because it's good to make awareness of it, but we want to leave an impact. I want to be able to, and it's not about Jeff and I. It's not about the Bodacious Cowboy and myself, like us. It's about them. It's giving that platform for people, because we were given this platform from other people, right? From Dan as well. So tune in, guys, next week. And big announcement as well. We are going to be going for the West Coast viewers out there. We are going to be changing the times. So we are going to be going from 11 a.m. Eastern time, so 8 a.m. Central time, and all the other time zones. So we want to kind of understand that. I know Damon's always here. Lisa, I know she's in Hawaii as well. We want to just make it accessible for everybody. As much as I know I'm not up at 6 a.m. Then I got other things. So kudos to everybody.
You're not up at 6 a.m.? Are you sure you work in logistics?
My team is. So that's the amazing thing to kind of go. So
get on that horse and ride, man.
Or we're gonna have cowboy euphemisms all day. Good morning to Nina. Oh, Nina. Good morning, Nina. I gotta get some San Remo for you. Nina's a coworker of mine, one of the an amazing person that I've had conversations over the years, and she's put me onto some really good bakeries. So in Toronto. So if you ever need good bakeries, you hit up Nina, because she's got that Italian spirit.
Love bakeries. It doesn't.
So Jeff, let me get into the questions that you don't.
Hey Nina, you got any fresh cannolis? I mean,
we need to get sponsored, by Nina's cannolis.
There we go.
Jeff, what are you most excited about? And it could be anything.
Oh, life. It's awesome. And how many can say that about logistics? And I'm not just plugging logistics for the hell of it, but when it's 3/4 of my life, love it, man. I'm excited for tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. You know, it's just like the unknown. I don't know about you. I mean, people have different things that they're excited about, but you know, life in general, man, it's been good. It's been a good ride. And I told you this a long time ago. I want to slide into my grave going, holy shit, what a ride, you know. I don't want to sit back there and not do anything, you know. It's like, do it, man. Do it every day. Do what you love. You know, that's what life is all about. You know, it's not all about logistics. I have family and we like to do all this stuff too. Don't get me wrong, but you know, when you spend most of your life into something, you know, you either love it or you hate it. And if you've been in it long enough, you don't hate it. I can tell you that. So, how about you, my friend? What about
Yeah,
you?
you know, a lot. Logistics is obviously fun and things. I won't get into that, but tomorrow is actually a really, I would literally say it's my favorite day of the year. It's better than my birthday. So it's a religious day in the Hinduism calendar. The God that I pray by and everything like that, it's kind of like his celebration. So tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., I'm going to be traveling to different temples in Ontario. And I'll be playing my music as I kind of have in the background there. But it's an amazing thing. So I'm going to do it fasted, not eating anything, just water, and just taking those amazing spirits and those
Awesome.
vibes and everything like that. So that's what I'm most looking forward to. That's what the number one thing. And just the weekend. Family Day is on Monday. If for anyone who's watching out of Ontario, it's a pretty cool holiday that we have out here that we're able to kind of get. I felt like our government was like, we need to give these guys another long weekend, you know, in February, because we don't have any until I think it's Easter is the next one. I think it's President's Day in the U.S. if I'm corrected, but you know, I'm just really looking forward. I really take Family Day seriously, Jeff, because
Yeah.
I remember 2 years ago, Family Day, we spent it at my house. So we just moved into our home 2 years ago. So I'm looking forward to like connecting with all my family, like my mom, my dad, my
Nice.
sister, my in-laws, and my sister-in-law and all that fun stuff. So
Awesome.
those are two things I'm really looking forward to, man. Those are amazing things. Any plans for the weekend that you guys haven't talked about yet?
Yeah, I got family members in from Washington, so that's awesome. And then we got the Daytona 500. I'm a big race fan. Been it like that for decades. You know, I love to drive fast. Everybody knows that. But yeah, I'm excited for Sunday for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh
Yeah, I think
well,
NASCAR. I think
tomorrow. Actually, I'm excited because my wife's selling one of our horses, so it's yay, more money in my pocket. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so yeah, gonna be a good week for good weekend for sure.
That's awesome to kind of see. And you know, speaking of that, I was on a podcast earlier this week, and I'll share information when we're going to be launching stuff like that. And there's
Oh,
one question that they asked me that I was a little bit I was silent for the first time. And everybody who knows me, watch the show, stuff like that, I'm always full of words, right? So Jeff, I'm going to ask you the same question.
oh,
I feel like I know where this is going to go, but let's see where it goes. What would your spirit animal be?
my spirit animal would be. Mm, has to be energetic for sure. Has to be smart. I think a fox.
Mm.
Quick, agile, evasive, determined hunter mentality. Yeah, yeah, I think that's what it would be.
I like that. You gotta get like a little pet fox on your shoulder now with the cowboy hat and everything. That's cool. I've never heard that before, so that's awesome to kind of hear. Um, this is a cool one because we're going back in times here, Jeff. Did you like school?
Did I like school?
And if
You
you want
know,
to break it down into like elementary, high school, and then your post-secondary,
yeah, I did, but I was one of those people that want to get out as quickly as possible. So we needed like 115 credits to graduate high school, and I wanted to pretty much graduate quickly. So I doubled up on all my subjects. You know, we had U.S. History 1A, 1B, English 1A, you know, 2B, and so what I did was, I think my senior year, I only had 5 credits, so I really literally had to go in my senior year for a gym class. It was really stupid. So I went in there and just did that, and I was out and working in my senior year. But I doubled everything up in my junior year, And yeah, would I do it again? I would definitely do it again. It was fun, you know.
Yeah.
And that's something that, you know, even all my friends, I have really good friends since kindergarten. You know, how many people out there have friends when you were 5 years old? I mean, that long, you know, and it's like a community. Um, we know about each other's lives, where we went, even if we're halfway across the world, you know, we were lucky. We had a very good class. Actually, we have a reunion in October. So we're looking forward to that.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I loved school. I
Yeah,
thought school
how about
was
you,
so,
man?
yeah.
Did you like school?
I
I'm gonna
love
say
school.
you did.
Yeah, school was fun, man. School was elementary school was a lot of fun. I think the sports aspect, the sportsmanship. I played
Mhm.
basketball. I played volleyball. I did all those sports. And when I
Yeah.
went to high school, I focused. It's crazy because it kind of led me to where I'm at today, right? Because I took accounting, accounting, business, and computer studies were the electives that I took, and I really focused on that. The only thing I would change, Jeff, is maybe I would have took those like fun courses because I felt like in high school I didn't have time to play. I had 4 years and I wanted to get to university and college and kind of do my career. I would have a little bit more fun. I would have taken like cooking class. Like our school actually had like a chocolate factory. It was next to our shop, and yeah, we just literally just make chocolates, and they would sell it at lunch. And those cooking classes, and like our school is kind of cool looking at now. They were ahead of the curve. Like this was 2000 in the 2000s. We had computer animation courses. We had business courses that actually told you how to write a business plan. I know a lot of
Oh,
people now
good.
talk about, yeah, like a lot of
That's
people
awesome.
like talk
I love
about
that.
yeah, it was awesome. And a lot of
We
people
didn't
now they
have
talk about, yeah, exactly. They talk about like,
we
oh,
did
what
not
am I going to use like triangles in my life and all that stuff. But our school did a good job of preparing us like for whatever path we wanted to take. And you know
that's
what I'm
awesome.
it's awesome. And the one thing I kind of miss about it is, there's always like cliques, right? Like in high school and all that stuff, right? Like you got your hockey guys, you got your basketball guys, you've got your West Indian people. I love seeing those kind of cliques and being able to have like be involved with every single one of them. Like the art kids or the kids like who played music and different things like that. So it was kind of cool to see how society would be. Just kind of seeing those. So high school was awesome. College was amazing.
I was in a jock club, you know, but it was funny. You started talking about cooking. And did I have a cooking class, folks? Yeah, the Bodacious Cowboy was definitely in a cooking class, but I wouldn't say I was the class clown. But I wanted to see what happened if you put more yeast in the oven and put it up high. And so I literally found a way to blow a door off. Well, not off completely, but blow it out of an oven, and it was pretty funny. And we had freaking I forgot flour like all over the freaking room. You know, did I get suspended? No, I didn't get suspended, but I did see the principal's office. But it was pretty funny. It was funny.
Yeah, you're so so the bodacious burgers isn't coming out either. As we're talking, Jeff, we're kind of like canceling you out of like future business opportunities. So like the cowboy, the bodacious milk, and all that
I
stuff. We
will
kind of go from there.
not be a chef in a restaurant, so forget it.
So out of curiosity, what did you actually? You know what? Let's talk about
Yeah,
this. I like Nina's question here.
what's that?
How do you balance work and home life in our industry, especially over the that's when our industry was in full force? So that's a question for me actually, where everything's kind of going on there. And Jeff, I'd like to kind of get your thing on the work-life balance. Nina, I think for me the number one thing is kind of understanding what, like, as a salesperson, my ideal client profile, understanding that what I want to work with, that balance, work-life balance, and what's important to me. I think, and this is my advice to anybody out here: don't just do logistics and go and finish work and go hang out on the couch with like your significant other, or anything. Do other things. Find other hobbies. Have other things that are your passions. Like I can say right now that like I've got like 2 or 3 different things that I dabble in, and that kind of gives me to be creative and things like that. If I was just doing logistics, I would I did that when the first company that I worked with, and I was miserable, Jeff. So, I looked forward like to the dinners and stuff like that with my girlfriend, who's not my wife at the time. But it's hard to balance if you don't have anything else going on. But I don't have kids, right? So if anybody has kids and stuff like that, then they have like their priorities and all that stuff. But Jeff, I kind of like to get your thoughts on how do you balance work and home life in our industry.
Oh, Well, you know what? I'm definitely. I think everybody knows that my honesty and integrity is first and foremost, and I sucked as a dad. I'll say it. The logistics industry kind of engulfed me, and I was always in it, working a tremendous amount of hours, flying all over the United States, into Mexico, into Canada, for many, many years. And then you try to make up time on the weekends, and, you just get totally overwhelmed. So I would say out there strongly, take my advice, figure out a way how to balance your family life and your business life. It's difficult as hell, especially working in a highly demanding industry as logistics and supply chain. There's nothing more difficult in the world. I would probably compare it to doctors, because when someone gets injured, you have to go and respond and be in that operating room, at a moment's notice and stuff like that. The same thing happens in logistics when you're getting blindsided and you don't know when that's going to come, but you got to respond when it happens and respond well. And it just takes you away from whatever you're doing. You could be at a party, and you get that crucial phone call, and just like, guys, sorry, I gotta go. It's important, and you have to leave, and then you get sucked in for 3 or 4 or 5 hours, and the day's gone. So, these are the things that I don't paint a great picture about logistics. I'm just painting an honest one. That when you're in it, these are the things that happen, and you just have to be prepared, to handle it, basically. But try to balance that, man. Your family life, it's very important.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, as you kind of said, like, hey, if you get that call and things like that, and understand that. And I think having that discussion with your partner, that's the one thing that I wish I probably did when I first got with my girlfriend, who's not my wife, fiance, wife, and all that stuff, is that I told her what I did, but I didn't tell her like what my job takes of me, right? Because you look at other industries and everything like that, they work and then they come home and then they leave it at the door, which is amazing. You're
Yeah.
able to disconnect. Let's say you work at like the gym or something like that. You go do your shift, you come home, you're not worried about the gym. You don't care about the floors being cleaned when you're not there or anything like that, or getting memberships and things like that. So with our industry kind of being available, I compare it to obviously like being a real estate agent. A lot of my buddies are real estate agents, and they're truly 24/7. Like
Yeah.
I've seen them like leave like weddings and leave like birthday parties and things like that. And same thing, like even with Nina, like I've been to Christmas staff parties in logistics where operations guys, they're all outside, they're huddling. Awards are going on, the music is popping inside, drinks are flowing, but they're tracking different things. So it's hard to find that balance, but you've got to kind of make yourself understand that what's important to you. Like I'll tell you this, Jeff, like with my stuff right now, if I have something that's really like tomorrow, if I was to
Yeah.
get a call tomorrow, like, and I'm like busy, like with my per and all that stuff, I'm not answering the phone. I'm sorry. This is just me. But if I'm on the drive, I'm driving to these different places, I can take that call. So there's a time and place for everything, right, Jeff?
Yes. There is, absolutely. The thing in this industry, that's lacking, because it's like, I don't know, sometimes it's ego driven, or you want to keep it with you. But I mean, just think, if you're in the army or something and you're working with your fellow troop out there in the trenches and everything, everybody has each other's back. The same thing in logistics. You got to be there for them. They have to be there for you. It's a lot of collaboration. That's why I use the word collaboration, because you can't succeed or move forward in the industry without doing it, and you have to be able to do it well. And so that's what the industry is all about. It's not like the protect mode, but when people out there are struggling and everything, and you've gone through it, why not give them a helping hand? Why not
Yeah.
have a shoulder for them to lean on? Try to help them. It's not like you have to do this, but give them options, alternatives, a suggestion, a pat on the back, a lift me up, whatever it might be. That's what the industry is huge, but it's really small when you think about it. And sometimes we do have to help each other. So just keep that in mind. When you're talking to your fellow LI friends, or your associates or business partners, always keep that door open. Be willing to help others.
Well, that's the one thing that I've kind of switched, and especially being like call myself a logistics monk, I have to actually attain to that, just like with you, but with Logistics Cowboy. But anytime I talk to somebody, Jeff, I go into the mindset of how can I help them? Is there anything I can do? And it's not of like a competition or anything. It's like, okay, thank you for connecting. Like I get people who message, and same thing with you, message me, hey, thanks for connecting, man. And I'll literally reply back, anytime. Like, let's do it.
Right.
Is there anything I can help you with? You know, and that's what, like, I'm not trying to like pull myself as a guru or like put myself on a pedestal, but it's like, hey, you just never know what somebody might be going through. Like, you know, we see amazing people like Kat on here. We see Aaron, who's always, Anthony on, who's always on here as well, Rob, and then obviously seeing amazing people like Nina and Matt on here. So you just never know what you can do and just make somebody's day even better, right? And I
You
think
don't know
that's what
what
life is
you're going
about.
through. You have no
Yeah.
idea what you're going through. So you have to, just like you do with your prospects, you have to be a very good listener. Comprehend what's being said, and then trying to pull out those key elements where you can help. Because logistics is very frustrating sometimes, and you get caught and pushed into a corner, and you want to dig yourself out, and you're afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask, man. There's no
Thank
such
you.
thing as a stupid question. Converse with other people. They're there to help them. I assure you. Don't be afraid. Whether it's me, it's Ryan, it's someone else that you know. Don't keep it within you. Reach out. You know, ask for a helping hand. In most cases, I'd say 99%. Unless you're an ass, you're going to get a good response or help from whoever you reach out to.
And
So
that actually segues into Damon's point, which I think is so important. It's learning how to set it up. And I'll give you a story after I kind of read this comment here. Like, learn
yeah,
what tools are available. There's so much outsourcing that create the freedom you want, and you empower up in logistics and team up, because most people work 24/7 because they're not willing to share their income. And Jeff, so just a background, I've said this many times, but the first company I worked at, I was cradle to the grave. And then I went to the second company where I was a sales rep and I had an ops team with me. And my boss, like, for the first couple of weeks, I was still hoarding it. I was still booking the trucks. I was still doing the check calls and everything like that. And my boss pulled me into the office and he said, look, Ryan, at your previous place, you made a 50,000, 60,000 GP pizza, right? You put the toppings, you did everything. This was Ryan's pizza. But we
yep,
didn't bring you here to have Ryan's pizza. We came
right,
here to have like a panzerotti, you know? Let us show you our toppings, or show you something different, or show you like a pasta or something like that. And that's what changed with me, like collaboration wise, because
yeah,
like I know I talk a lot about like, hey, I'm not 24/7 and things like that, but it's not that I'm just pounding these things off to my team. It's like we have that collaboration. If I need to fill in on a day, I'll fill in on a day. You know, it doesn't matter. But it's like, for me, I don't look at the money, and you and I, we don't chase the money. The money's
right.
gonna come. We chase serving our customer, our team,
That's it.
and the company that we represent. So I really love
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And uh, like when I was at Ford Motor Company, that came in like huge when I had to set up cross docks and find domiciles to park trucks. And working with the UAW, talk about a hard environment to work in. I'll leave it there. And then you have all your people, and then you have your fleet managers you're in charge of, and then you have 100 trucks a week coming inbound, and 40 of them going outbound, and 48 dedicated runs running. And you talk about being busy. That's why I have like that empathy towards logistics managers out there, and I don't like calling them, because in those environments, they are so damn busy. They don't have time to listen to crap. And that's why I'm like fighting for these guys out there and saying, listen, freight brokers out there, before you go out and make those calls, do background checks, find out about the individual, their history, where they work, what they love to do, and the companies that they work for. You will open up a door much quicker than giving them the same, pitch. It's just like, I don't know. That's why I love collaborating and just learning. Learn every day, folks. Learn.
Yeah, just be an ongoing student. I want to say good morning to Nerf. Jeff, I'm gonna hit you with a curveball here.
Oh,
Favorite Taco Bell item, and I'd
I
love
don't
to
eat
get
it.
Nerfs as well.
I
Sorry.
don't eat it. I don't eat it. I never have.
Oh man, you're missing out, man. Taco Bell's
No,
awesome.
no,
I'll be
no. I,
honest.
I, I mean, I seriously, I gave up McDonald's, Burger King before my daughter was born. I think it's all crap food, that processed stuff, man. I don't eat it. You
Okay,
won't
so
see
they
me
hear
get
you on your little pedestal there. Nerf,
they
what's your
own
favorite
it.
Taco Bell item? Give me like 10 hard tacos with some dynamite sauce, and I am good to go. I'm not going anywhere the next day because I will be at home from there.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
love
you'll
to,
be at home, all right. and,
you know.
and then,
So,
and then yeah, really. And then, you'll be investing into some good tissue, I'm sure.
Jeff, you have 24 hours left to live, and everybody in the audience, 24 left, 24 hours, non-negotiable. period. You get 24 hours. So the time clocks then. What are you doing?
What am I doing? I am not doing my job. I can tell you that right now. I'm not doing that. I wouldn't care. I would spend as much time with my family as possible. Nobody else, nobody else would exist, except my inner circle. If I had time to say goodbye to my closest friends, I would do that, and I would leave it. I would leave it there. It's like you have to know when to cut it off. That's the way I do it. Otherwise, you just go about every day, doing the stuff that you love. What I do every day in my business and my family, But when it comes down to the rubber hitting the road, everything else doesn't matter. My family does.
So, okay, so you've got, and with this, because these are hypotheticals, right? But you got 24 hours to live, and you got an unlimited bank account. So it's not you spending it, anything like that. Like, okay, you have to spend what you spend, but you don't get to keep what's left. So you're not able to pass this over to your family. What are 3 activities, and have fun with it, man? It's Funday Fridays. What are 3 activities you're doing in that 24 hours? You have a private jet. You can go anywhere around the world. No cost to you at all.
You know what? I'm being honest. I wouldn't do it. If I had that money, I would make sure that the family is taken care of, and the rest I would give it to the unfortunate. I would give it.
No, you're
to,
not allowed to give them money away. Like, it only has to be spent. Like, that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to dig deep, man. We're trying to have some fun here. You're being boring as hell. So it's like, let's forget the family stuff, man.
Okay, so what I would do, and how many hours do I have? 24.
You got 24 hours. You can go anywhere around the world. Anything. It's only spent on you. You basically have a card that expires in 24 hours with unlimited.
Oh my God, man! I can't go to Bora Bora because that's 10 hours out. So I got 14 there, and I'm not going to really love it there, and I'll never make it back. So it's going to cost even more to get my casket moved from Bora Bora to where I'm
You
at.
don't worry about that. You don't. You're dead. You're not thinking about those things.
Always thinking about it. I don't know. I don't know. I think I would just be like, maybe I would rent a 747 with all my friends and head to the Bahamas, and just say, go for it. I don't care what you want. You want a catamaran? You want to do this, top notch, everything. Let's go. Let's do it. That's probably what I would do.
Yeah. I'm going to the motherland. I'm going to India, and I'm going to go to like a couple temples out there. And then when I know that I have like 4 or 5 hours like 8 hours or less left, I'm climbing Mount Everest. I want to die on Mount Everest, man. That's like the motherland of.
Find that in 5 hours, dude.
No. I want to die on the way. I'm not going to get to the top. I'm not in physical shape to get to the top, man. Like, let's call a spade a spade. So I'm going to die at the top. So
where's Ryan? I don't know. He's buried in one of those.
He's frozen. You see that guy there? He's just frozen.
What? You forgot to put the GPS on him? Oh, Jesus. No. You got to send a search team out for him.
But hey, that's their concerns, not mine, right? So that's definitely what I would do. That's a fun one, man. Fun one to dive in deep with here. Last question for you before we call it a day on our amazing Funday Fridays. Let's see here. Okay, let's do this one. And love to get everybody in the audience. What are 3 books that you would recommend to the audience right now, and why?
3 books. I would could be any. I mean, I'm always business oriented, so I would say the book of execution. I think that's a huge one. 7 Habits of Successful People by Stephen Covey. Oh God, I know there's another one. God, I'm trying to pull something out. Those are like the first 2 books because they were so important to me. I don't know what my third one would be. I'm being honest.
Yeah, Rico. No.
No. I mean, I really don't know what that third one, but I mean, those first 2 just pop up because they were so impactful in meaningful of how to get things done. Yeah.
That's awesome. I think for me, and I'm going to include religious texts on this, the Bhagavad Gita. I think that's the greatest text of all time. Any kind of problems you kind of go through, or anything any questions you have, it's going to be in there. The second one is going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger's. I got you over right there. His autobiography. Arnold Schwarzenegger to me is like one of the most remarkable people in the world. To see where he started from. People think that hey, he was just Mr. Olympia, but he made his fortune selling gym equipment at the age of like 16, 17. Became this amazing actor. He's basically the thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger. People have to understand is that he's dominated everything that he's put his mind to, and
Yeah.
Mr. Olympia acting, and then being the governor of California forever, how long that was.
Hurry
Third
up.
one,
Let's go to the chopper. Hurry up.
the chopper. Third one, yeah, let's go with Think Like a Monk. I call myself the logistics monk. So Jay Shetty, actually gonna go see him a month from today in Toronto. He's having a show in Toronto, so that's gonna be amazing to kind of see. So those are it. That is it for Funday Friday. Jeff, give everybody a little bit, a little short notice of what the timing is for next week, what we got in store for them, and then close this bad boy out.
So right off the bat on the 20th, Monday, we have 3 super guests. Tune in, find out who they are. I put some feelers out there this past week. It is going to be kick ass, what we're going to be talking about. So please join us, especially the women out there that want to get answers to the questions that they never felt comfortable about asking, or maybe things that they want to find out because they're in that position. I'll leave it there. So it's going to be a big week for empowerment of women, and I strongly suggest that you share that. We'll be putting out some promotional stuff this afternoon. Share it. We'd love to see you there. It will be a very powerful, meaningful week.
Perfect. So we'll just leave it at that. And checking our new time, we'll be at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Check us out, and then we'll be hitting replays at different times. So I want to thank everybody for coming out this week. It's been a great week. We've had a lot of fun, a lot of new people, and a lot of amazing, consistent viewers that we're just appreciated to share your time with. And we're seeing all the support. We're seeing everything that you guys are doing with us. So thank you guys so much for that. We'll be hitting the replay again at 12 and 3 p.m. Eastern time, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I want to thank our corporate sponsor, Daman from Centurion Trucking. They are an amazing carrier. They definitely put people over profits. If you've ever been lucky to have a conversation with Daman, you'll be better for it. So they are looking for freight agents across North America, and they are paying up to 60% GP. They've got an amazing training program, and we actually have Gail, who is a part of Centurion Trucking, who will be joining us during one of our episodes that we have for the next month coming. So with that being said, Jeff, take us out, brother.
Yeah, thanks again, everybody, for watching our show this past week. We appreciate it. Continue to share our show with others. We look forward to a great weekend. I hope you do too. And with that said, the Bodacious Cowboy out.